Hey YouTube, it's Mr. North 14, and today we're doing a quick review on the Chef IQ Smart Thermometer, or what they like to call it now, the Chef IQ Sense. And basically, when you get the Chef IQ Thermometer, you're going to get three items. You're going to get what they call the hub. This is the brains of everything. This is where, if you open it up, right here, you're also going to get one thermometer. It's going to be numbered. And then you can add up to three thermometers if you purchase the single thermometer. Now, they also have thermometers with two thermometers already together, and they have one with three. And they all come with their own seating element for each thermometer on the new models. But if you do buy the single one, again, you can add up to three thermometers, okay? But you can only charge one at a time. They give you a space to hold it, the other thermometers, as you can see with everything, but they only give you one space to charge. So always get the two or three. Yes, a little more extra money, but when you can keep everything charged and everything is ready when you need it, it's okay. Like I said, at first I only had two of these, okay? And it's easy when you have two of these thermometers, because all you have to do is, like, right before you start cook, just switch them out and then they're ready to go. It's always a problem when you got that third one. Okay, so like I said, always get the two or the three thermometer pack that always have a charging port. And like I said, it's three parts to it. You get the cable, you get the hub, which is this big unit here, and then you get whatever the thermometer package you decide. Now, the hub, as you can see, is the brains of all of this. Okay, as you can see, it's hooked up to Wi-Fi, so it doesn't matter how far you are. You could be driving in your car, smoking a brisket for 12 hours, and you'll always know what the temperature is of it. You'll not only know the ambient temperature of your grill, but you'll also know the temperature of any food you put it in. And remember, you always want to buy more than one thermometer, because like I said, it's a blessing when you have more than one. So what's so special about this? The hub. The hub is basically the brains of everything. It also has a speaker that's attached to this. So it can tell you when to take food off, when to turn meat over, when meat is done. It's going to literally have a voice that tells you, hey, flip the food. Hey, take the food off. And that is really convenient to have, because yes, you have your phone and it buzzes. But like I said, if I'm watching TV or I'm into something, I really need something to actually tell me, hey, food is ready. Now, I wish they would do that with the app. Now, this is the old model, so I don't know if they do that now with the new models they make. Okay, so you can let me know. But with the old model, they only have the voice actually in the hub here. And while it's nice to have, it would also be nice to have your phone give you that verbal voice to turn it over or to your food is done. And it even will tell you if you have a bad Wi-Fi connection. It'll tell you if the probes disconnect with a voice. So it's really good to have when you're around it. Okay, it'll send you notifications with your phone, but like I said, it all depends on how much you're paying attention. Okay, so it's also got Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I showed you the symbol there for Wi-Fi. Right over here will be Bluetooth. Now, the Bluetooth will work if the Wi-Fi isn't. Or you have some people who just don't want to use Wi-Fi. If that's the case, then you have Bluetooth. But remember, you're only going to get 200 feet of walking distance from it, compared to you can be in another city with this with the Wi-Fi. Okay, it's got real-time alerts. The hub got up to a 40-hour battery life. There's 4 temperature sensors on the probe for the new models. So not only do you get a probe on the tip, You also have a probe here and a probe there, actually on the new model. So you're going to get that. And then the fourth one will be the ambient temperature probe. Okay, so you're going to get 4 thermometers now, actually on a thermometer, so that you're getting a precise, great, good reading. It's also waterproof, people. Okay, and it's ultra thin. I mean, these things are small. Let's take a look. As you can see, and why I like these is because they fit in the food. You see that sticky point there? It literally goes inside the food, where with other thermometers that are really big and thick, you have to really force them in, and you shouldn't have to force them into the meat. Like I said, it has a built-in speaker where she's going to verbally tell you to do things. It's USB-C charging, and you can connect, like I said, multiple probes, up to 3 with this bad boy. Okay. Also, I'm going to show you something that's really nice about this thing, is that there's actual videos step by step with the app on how to cook the food, how to season the food. And it'll take you step by step on preparing it and then putting it in a smoker or any other appliance or oven you want to put it in. It's going to show you how to set that up and set up the probes to actually cook the food, as well as help you season and get the food just the way you like it. So let's go into some more details. So the probes are about 4.8 millimeters thin. They're about 4 inches long. Again, 4.8 millimeters thick and about 4 inches long. They got 4 internal temperature sensors, over 40 hours of cook time, wireless connect, Bluetooth or wireless. Probes are also waterproof. That's with the new models. They are waterproof. On top of them being waterproof, the probes have an internal temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 212, and then the ambient temperature range is 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 752. And the probe material is stainless steel and ceramic. So they're designed to last a long time for you. Okay, so they're stainless steel and ceramic. Now, like I've said, I've had this thing since 2021 or 2022, whenever the first models came out. So I've been using it since then. Like I said, I purchased the single probe, and then I bought an extra probe with it. So I only had 2. But after my second use with this thing, the hub battery died. It would only last like 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours. So I had to call support, and it was like, we're so sorry about that. Yep, it's bad. We're finna send you out a new one. And then on top of that, we'll send you a new probe as a sorry. And I've never had a customer service person ever give me something free, just to say I'm sorry. So that was great customer support. I wish I knew that agent's name, but I did leave a good comment for them. So, like I said, as you can see, it's sturdy, it's built good, it lasts 40 hours. I mean, I've never had any problems except for that one time when the hub was actually bad, that this thing didn't last way over 12 hours. I've cooked Thanksgiving chickens. I've cooked 12-hour pork shoulders and everything like that, briskets, all that good stuff with those meats on my pellet smoker. And let me tell you, I never had to worry about the batteries dying. Where I did have issues in the beginning was that they would just came out, they give the units a firmware update. And that's something that's very special now that they do to these thermometers, and a lot of things that Chef IQ started, where it doesn't matter how old your unit is, it's going to get the new updates that all their new equipment gets. Now, the only thing that this can't do is that you can't put it in boiling water like a sous vide or something like that, or hot grease like you can do now with the newer models, okay, because they're waterproof and everything else. But I never use the thermometer in that way anyway. If it suits 5, it's going to keep it at whatever temperature you set it to. And I've never put a thermometer in hot grease, and don't even think that I would put this in there, even though I know it could withstand that. So I'm fine with this. The firmware updates are great. It keeps this bad boy, always up to date. But the issue is that before, when I first got it, it worked perfectly. All 3 probes worked. Then they got a firmware update. Then I could only get 2 of the probes to work correctly. And I don't know if that was something with Android 13. I don't know if it was a phone I had. I just know that with my Samsung phone, everything worked good. I ain't had that many issues, but I still couldn't get all 3 probes to work. It wasn't until maybe earlier this year that I was actually able to get all 3 probes connected when they came out with their new flagship models. Then they updated the firmware again, and everything has been perfect. So this is why I didn't do a review in 2021, because I really couldn't say if it was good or bad, because I didn't know what was exactly going on. Was it the firmware? Was it the Android 13? And now Android 13 is a little up to date. They got 14 out. So 13 is pretty much solid now. And they did the update, and everything is really working great. And I have no issues and really no complaints about this at this time, because everything is working. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually go into the app and show you some nice things, because you can put this in here. It's all automated. It has, if you want chicken or if you want salmon, it already has it preloaded in there, and you just click a few buttons and stuff like that. And it also has a lot of helpful hints. And like I said, it has videos on how to even prepare the food. So if you're cooking something and it says thermometer video, you can actually see the whole thing from start to finish, and it'll literally walk you through the recipe. And you can pretty much just follow it if you want to try something new. It also has a manual mode that they just added now that I really, really like. And they made it stand out. And I'll also show you that. And it's just as simple. But what it allows you to do is to have a remove time. And a remove time is like, say you have something that's cooked at 165. And you're cooking on a pellet smoker outside that gets, to a hot temperature. Once it get to 160, you can take it out, and it will continually keep cooking up to 165. And I like that you can set that remove time, and it'll tell you on that remove time to take it out. So you can set it 5 degrees before, you can set it 2 degrees before, or you can set it 10 degrees before, because you got it wrapped and it's going to continue to keep cooking. But it gives you that level of control when you're actually using this, to really enjoy and make decisions about your cooking. No longer are you just following a script from, your thermometer. You actually get to write the script when you want to take it out, when you want to flip it, when you want to turn it over, and you can just set that time on there. So this is, like I said, a really great thermometer. I'm happy that they put out the new models and that they actually got the firmware and got the software working. Because like I said, I could only get 2 of my thermometers to work for about a year. But like I said, I was only used to, I only bought 2 to begin with, and the third one's just a gift. But now that I got that third one working, I can put thermometers everywhere in every piece of meat to make sure that I got a variety on the grill, of temperatures, and I know what's done and what's not. But we're going to get into the actual app next and show you some of the features it has. So stay tuned. 14, so I'm back again. This is Mr. North 14, so I'm back again. So let's take a look at the actual app. This is the Chef IQ app. Okay, so it's open and immediately it tells me it has a new feature. So what's new? Basically, what's new is you can shop at Walmart. Let's say you forgot some seasoning or something like that. They're saying now not only can you use Instacart, but you can also have Walmart delivery and have it now delivered to your home. So like I said, this app is fabulous. It does way too much. People might get intimidated with it, but once you learn it, once you look at it and actually use it on a couple cooks, it becomes simple and easy, and you will totally enjoy this app. So let's go into recipes here. So we're into recipes, and you want to cook something. So you'll hit here, and then you'll just type in salmon. Okay, and then you hit that, and then salmon will pop up. A whole bunch of ways to cook it. You know, you got salmon BLT, you got a salmon with blueberry sauce, but what also it'll tell you, see how the second one says smart cooker. Okay? It's going to tell you, hey, this is the smart cooker. So you want to look for things that says smart thermometer. So if you go down and we'll scroll up here, you'll see seared blackened salmon. That's a smart thermometer. So that's telling you right there that it's using the smart thermometer to do this cook. Here's another one here. Smart thermometer, sweet chili salmon. Okay? Or you can use the thermometer again and you can do a hot smoked salmon. So if you go in here with this, you'll see it's not only going to give you a video, but it's going to give you step-by-step ingredients you're going to need. You can say, hey, I want to see the instructions. It's going to give you step-by-step instructions, or you can just start the guide like this. It's going to say, hey, do you got all these items prepped? You like done. Everything is prepped and ready to go. It's going to show you a video step-by-step of how to season that food, how to place the thermometer, and it's going to walk you through your whole cook. That's what's awesome about this thing. It's going to walk you through literally your whole cook. So I would hit next, and then it would say, okay, this is the next part that you need to do after you get your seasoning together. So as you can see, you need a 2-pound salmon. You want to say, okay, I got that. It's going to show you your next step. It's going to show you how to season it. And it's going to walk you through. And that's what's great about this app, okay, is that not only is it going to allow you to just have a thermometer and to temp your food, it's going to allow you to find recipes and make, your cooking even more fun. It's going to show you how you can cook in an oven. It's going to show you how you can cook on a smoker. It's just going to show you a whole lot of ways to enjoy your food. So let's say I showed you how to do the video and how to use it. Let's just say you want to do old school. You just want the thermometer. So as you can see here, probe 1 is charged, probe 2 is charged. The one that's not charged is probe 3. So I'm just going to take out probe 2 and I'm going to put in probe 3. And then in a minute, you're going to see that it has quickly noticed it. As you can see now, it's a green light that came on the ready to cook for 3. And now it says, hey, we're going to charge that because the other 2 probes are charged. And this is what you want to pay attention to before you start prepping, is that you charge everything. And it takes only about 15 minutes to get everything fully charged. So that's another good thing. It's really a fast, quick charge. So let's go in here. Now, this is the setup. We're going to make that smaller. And as you can see how fast the app, it's going to show you at the top the name of your smart thermometer. Okay. The hub, the battery level, it says it's fully charged. Then below that, you're going to get a Bluetooth symbol and a Wi-Fi symbol. As you can see, the Bluetooth signal is crossed out because that means it's just using Wi-Fi. But like I said, some people don't want to use Wi-Fi. You can use Bluetooth, but remember when you set this up, you're going to have a Wi-Fi connection. Okay? So yes, you can set it up. You're going to need a Wi-Fi connection to actually set the app up and register it and register your probes and get them registered so that everything can work together, the hub and the probes, okay? So as you can see, I got 3 thermometers. They're all there, okay? Now, if you go down to more, this is the more settings. And this is where you can just tweak things. You can rename your thermometers and give them different names. You can adjust the volume so that you can hear when she tells you to flip the food or that the food is done or that the thermometer is not connected. You can also see probe connectivity activity, as you can see. And you can share this appliance of your cooking experience with a friend that has this app. And they can literally see you, cooking and what you're doing. Okay, but like I said, you got the temperature. You can change it to Fahrenheit or Celsius or anything like that. And also, like I said, you can even name your probe. So what are my probe names? The probe 3 is there now, but you can name them. So I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to go back into the thermometers. Okay, so when you first get in there, let's say you want to quickly set up a food. You just hit start. Okay. And then you're going to have manual setup. Now, manual setup is just going to let you manually set everything up. If you don't want to set it up manually, you can actually go into presets. And as you can see, it has everything imaginable. It even has wild game or plant-based stuff to make it easier for you. Okay? I like to use the manual setup. And I'm going to show you why. Is because you see how they have a temperature. You can set that yourself, or you can just say, hey, I'm just going to make a simple hamburger. Okay? And I want that hamburger done to about 155. Okay, but you're saying, yeah, you want it a little medium, something like that. The thing is, you see the remove from heat that's right there? If you wanted it done at 155, it says it's going to take it out in 5 minutes. But let's say you said, oh, I want it exactly 145 for you to take it out. You can set that removal and hit set. Okay, and then you can hit start cook, as we just hit now. And now once you hear that little tingle sound that you just heard, then you know it says keep your hub nearby. Ensure the hub is close to the probe. So that remember, whenever you have this, that you're going to have that in a piece of meat, the hub is going to have to be near it. Don't put it near the hottest part of your grill. It can be a little bit away from your grill, okay? It doesn't have to be on it. Find the coolest part of your grill and just put it there, okay? Because if you don't, it will literally melt. The hub, the big thing I showed you, will literally melt, okay? So just move it a little bit away from it. It's fine. You can even have about 2 to 3 feet away from it, okay? So just remember to do that. Okay, also, everything is set up. You see how it's manually got everything in there. It says the internal temperature is 81, target temperature 155, the ambient temperature, which is the surrounding, air, is 79 degrees here. Okay, everything is set up. This is your view. You can change your view. Let's see if we decide to change our view, what it looks like. As you can see, that's the new look when we change the view. Okay, but everybody's gonna like the old way there. Give me a second here. We're just trying to. Okay. So there, everybody's going to like that way because you're going to see the thing here. It says tap when you're done. You hit that, or it'll automatically start cooking when you place it in heat. When it notices that it's in heat, it will automatically start, the countdown and saying, hey, your food is cooking, and it'll start calculating when it thinks it'll be done and everything like that. Or you can just simply hit the little button here.
For probe 1, cooking has begun.
And as you can see, it speaks to you. It tells you, hey, cooking has begun. Or you can put it in heat and it'll say the same thing. Cooking has begun. But that's just a safe way to make sure that you know that it's paying attention to your cook. So we're going to end that cook because that was just a test here to show you guys what's going on with this thing. And like I said, it's 3 probes. It's really easy to use. I like the fact that they have firmware updates because the software just keep making it better and better. Like I showed you in the beginning, now you can use Walmart's 1-hour delivery. Let's say you just forget something, and you need some baked beans or you need something. You could just use the app, set it up with your Walmart account, and an hour later, Walmart or Instacart will deliver the food you need right then and there. So like I said, they're always updating this. This is like no other thermometer on the market just for what they're doing with this. I mean, you can use Instacart. You can use, Walmart delivery. I'm just going to be amazed if they ever get Amazon and Sam's and everybody else on board with this app and with, the process of getting food and meat and everything like that just ready for you just by using this app. So I hope you enjoyed this review. Like I said, I give this mug a 5 out of 5 now that they got the firmware up to date. And it's one of the smartest thermometers on the market. It's literally a smart thermometer. Not only does it speak to you, it tells you what to do when you're cooking. It gets no better than that. And for all you nerds out there who like high-tech gadgetry, this is the top of the line when it comes to grilling. This is Mr. Nord 14. I hope you liked it. Peace out.